Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. This video's sponsor is Surfshark VPN. More on that later. Labour have got a lot of problems at the moment. One of them, of course, is Angela Rayner, and more specifically, Angela Rayner's finances and housing arrangements. All sorts of shadiness seems to be going around this, and a lot of people are criticising her. Well, the voices have just got a little louder, but this time it's a Labour MP. We have our first Labour MP publicly condemning Angela Rayner over her property dealings, I suppose. It is shady as hell, and we all agree. So there's no way she could have done this normally, not on the salary she's on. Brilliant salary and all that, I get you. But even then, when you look at the numbers, it just does not add up, stack up, or make sense. Now, of course, we've got the £40,000 of stamp duty that she has avoided legally, I hasten to add. It's avoidance, not evasion, but it still stinks. This is after she's doing a bit of technical jiggery-pokery with claiming what to be her main residence. Well, Graham Stringer. Stinger for this one, I suppose, is the Labour MP for Blackley and Middleton South. And he has come out and said that the optics for Rayner's transactions do not look good. In fact, they don't. They look bloody awful. And of course, this is just as the government is preparing for the budget in a couple of months' time. Is it that she's doing this for to save a lot of money and tax because she knows what's coming? If that's the case, then that's basically insider dealing, isn't it? That's insider trading, and that's something that needs to be looked into. But Stringer said, he was being interviewed on Times Radio, and he said that he's no idea at all whether she's broken any rules or any laws, for that matter. He says, however, he thinks it's always better for a minister to be transparent rather than try to explain their financial dealings. Yeah, they shouldn't need explaining, because you shouldn't be doing anything that needs explaining. It should all be quite clear. He added then, and this is his words, that it looked like Rayner was manipulating the tax system for her own benefit. This is a Labour MP. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? It just makes you wonder. Now, he says we all have a right to adjust our financial affairs to our own interest. But he says the optics of a senior minister doing it just before the budget, he says it sends out the wrong message to the electorate. Now, it's understood that her primary residence remains her family home in Greater Manchester. But that's not what she's claiming in order to avoid the stamp duty on the apartment in Hove. She said that's her main residence. So which is it? Which is her main residence? There's a mystery. You can't have it both ways. By claiming that, she was able to avoid the higher rate of stamp duty. Now, here's the thing. She took her name off the property, off the deed of the property. But that doesn't mean she hasn't got a claim on it. She still owns it, even if her name's not on there. This is one of these strange political gaps, if you will. Legal gaps, not political gaps, legal gaps. She still owns the property, even if her name's not on the deed. So it's there. Where does she live? Where does she actually live? Because obviously she can't be living in Hove, because she's actually living in the Grace and Favour apartment in Admiralty Arch. That's where she needs to be registered. So therefore she does need to pay the £40,000 in stamp duty and all the extra uplift for the council tax. And you shouldn't be allowed to have many properties and claim council tax on all of them. Personally, I don't think you should have it on any of them, but that's a different matter. And so it is incredibly shady. And it's so shady, like, say, even Labour MPs are now saying, Come on, Ange. This isn't on. This is bad. It makes us all look awful. Now, the Tories have put in an official complaint. They want a full investigation. They're saying that she may well have broken the ministerial code. And let me tell you, if something comes up in the budget that meant that this buying it now and doing it the way she has benefited her, she's got to go. She's got to step down, both as DPM and minister. You know, you can't have that kind of insider dealing. It's pretty bad. She is a hypocrite and a freeloader and a carpetbagger. More on that particular line later. Anyway, thank you very much for that. Now, I'm going to have a quick word from our sponsors, and here it is. Hi, this video's sponsor is Surfshark VPN. I've talked about them before, and it's something I absolutely recommend. It's something I use, it's something I push on everyone. Get a VPN. The protection it affords is just immense. It is a virtual private network. It sits atop your device. You can see out through it. Nobody can see in. It protects you from prying eyes. You can safely look at your bank statements or make payments, even on notoriously bad public Wi-Fi. On top of that, of course, you can re-geolocate yourself very easily, the push of a button or two, and boom, you're in a foreign country. You can see things on various streaming sites that you wouldn't necessarily see at home, or if, like me at the moment, you're away, you can go back in and catch up on the latest episodes that aren't available in local streaming services. It's great for that. Beyond that, of course, it is one of those things where the peace of mind is priceless. And if you follow the link, which will be appearing right now below at surfshark.com/Fox4, they offer a brilliant deal. You get an extra 4 months free. And of course, they do a full 30-day full money back guarantee. They have 3,200 servers in 100 countries, so you can travel the world. And of course, all the other protections are there, all the other benefits are there, and it is just one of those things that really, once you've got it, you can't be without. My favourite thing is the fact that it removes censorship. If you're in the EU and you see, do a Google search, you'll see at the bottom it says that some entries have been removed. Make yourself an American in a matter of moments, and all those other entries that you can't see in Europe are now available. It's an amazing tool. Please go to surfshark.com/Fox4, put Fox4 in on the checkout, you get the code, and you will get a fantastic deal, 4 months free. And let me tell you, like I say, you'll never ever regret it. And it's something we should all have, because the government are desperate for you to not have it. That's always a good sign. Thanks very much. Goodbye.